Have you ever felt like life just isn't working in your favor? Maybe you're overwhelmed by challenges or struggling to find peace and abundance. What if I told you there's a simple practice that could transform everything you're experiencing right now? A few words, spoken with intent, could create shifts in your reality so profound, you'd wonder why you didn't try them sooner. What if I told you that for 7 days, you could change the entire course of your life? Stick around and I'll share how. Our words are not mere sounds or casual expressions. They are powerful instruments of creation, capable of shaping our inner world and the external reality around us. When we speak, we are not simply transmitting information, we are invoking energy, casting spells, and building the foundation for our future. Each word we speak, whether consciously or unconsciously, has the potential to alter the course of our lives. This is a profound truth that many fail to realize until they start paying attention to the words they use on a daily basis. The ancient wisdom found in various spiritual traditions teaches us that words are more than just tools for communication. They are the building blocks of our universe. This is particularly true in the realm of manifestation and the law of attraction. When we speak, we are energetically aligning ourselves with the vibrations of the words we say. Words carry frequencies, and these frequencies resonate with the world around us. Whether we are aware of it or not, we are constantly sending out vibrations into the universe through the words we use. For instance, when you utter words of affirmation such as, "I am worthy," "I am capable," or "I am abundant," you are not just stating facts about yourself, you are programming your subconscious mind to accept these truths. Your subconscious mind cannot differentiate between what is real and what you repeatedly affirm. It only knows what you tell it. By speaking positive, affirming words, you begin to align yourself with those qualities. You open yourself to receiving more of what you are affirming. Conversely, when you speak words of fear, doubt, or negativity, you are aligning with those vibrations as well. When you say, "I can't do this," "I am not good enough," or "nothing ever goes right for me," you are reinforcing the belief that these statements are true. Your words reflect your inner dialogue, and your inner dialogue shapes your reality. The more you repeat these negative statements, the more they become a part of your belief system, and the more you begin to manifest experiences that validate these beliefs. The power of words is deeply connected to the idea that we live in a vibrational universe. Everything, including our thoughts and words, has a frequency. This is why it's so important to be mindful of what we say. The words we speak set the tone for our lives. They influence our emotions, our actions, and even the opportunities that come our way. When we speak words of empowerment, encouragement, and positivity, we invite more of those things into our lives. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, responds to the energy we send out. Think about the moments when you've been uplifted by someone's words. Perhaps it was a compliment, an encouraging phrase, or a simple expression of love and support. Words have the ability to change our state, to lift us out of despair, and to ignite a spark of hope within us. This is the power that words hold, not just for others, but for ourselves. When we speak words that are kind, loving, and empowering, we raise our own vibrations, and in turn the vibrations of those around us. The power of words is not only limited to the spoken word but also to the written word. The things we write down, whether in journals, letters, or even text messages, carry the same vibrational energy. When we write with intention, we are sending out powerful energy into the world. Writing affirmations, expressing gratitude, and even setting intentions through written words are all ways to harness the power of creation. When we put pen to paper, we are making a conscious effort to bring our desires into reality. One of the most profound ways to harness the power of words is through affirmations. Affirmations are statements that reflect the reality you wish to create. They are powerful tools for rewiring the subconscious mind and shifting your belief system. When you repeat affirmations regularly, you begin to replace negative thoughts and self-limiting beliefs with positive, empowering thoughts. This, in turn, helps to manifest the desires you are affirming. For example, if you desire more abundance in your life, you might repeat the affirmation, I am abundant, and wealth flows easily to me. By saying this statement with conviction and belief, you are aligning your energy with abundance. The more you say it, the more you believe it, and the more it becomes your reality. The key to successful affirmations is consistency. The more you speak the words, the more they become ingrained in your subconscious mind. Over time, your thoughts, actions, and circumstances begin to align with these affirmations, bringing your desires to fruition. However, it's not just about saying the words. The power of words is amplified when they are spoken with intention and emotion. It's one thing to say an affirmation, but it's another thing entirely to feel the emotion behind it. When you speak words that resonate deeply within you, they carry more weight and power. This is why it's so important to speak words that make you feel good. Words that uplift you, words that empower you, words that spark joy and excitement. These words have the ability to create lasting change. The same principle applies to the words you speak to others. When you speak kind, loving, and supportive words to those around you, you are not only uplifting them, but also yourself. Words are contagious. When we speak words of love, kindness, and encouragement, we create an environment of positivity and support. This energy spreads to others, creating a ripple effect that can transform entire communities. Conversely, when we speak words of criticism, judgment, or negativity, we perpetuate a cycle of discord and disharmony. The power of words also extends to how we speak to ourselves. Self-talk is one of the most powerful forms of communication we engage in daily. The way we speak to ourselves shapes our self-image, our confidence, and our ability to manifest our desires. If you constantly tell yourself that you are not good enough, that you are incapable, or that you will never succeed, you are reinforcing those beliefs. However, if you choose to speak to yourself with love, encouragement, and compassion, you begin to shift your self-perception and your reality. The words you speak are a reflection of your beliefs, and your beliefs shape your experiences. This is why it's so important to choose your words carefully. When you choose words that are aligned with your desires and your higher self, you are actively participating in the creation of your life. You are not a passive observer of your reality, you are the creator. Your words are the brushstrokes that paint the picture of your life. The ancient wisdom of many cultures and spiritual teachings recognizes the power of words in shaping reality. In the Bible, for example, it is written, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." This speaks to the idea that creation itself began with words. In Hinduism, the concept of Om is the primordial sound, the vibration that underlies all of creation. In both of these teachings, words are seen as the most fundamental building blocks of reality. In essence, words are the fabric of the universe. They shape our thoughts, our beliefs, and ultimately, our reality. Whether we speak them aloud or silently in our minds, the words we choose have a profound impact on our lives. By being mindful of the words we speak, we can consciously create a life filled with love, abundance, and positivity. And by choosing to speak words of empowerment and affirmation, we align ourselves with the highest version of ourselves and invite the universe to respond in kind. Repetition is one of the most powerful tools we have when it comes to transforming our thoughts, emotions, and actions. The reason why repetition works so effectively in manifesting our desires is because it allows us to reprogram our subconscious mind. The subconscious mind, which is responsible for the majority of our behaviors and thought patterns, is not easily influenced by logical reasoning. Instead, it responds to repetition, to what is repeated consistently over time. When we repeat something, whether it's a thought, an affirmation, or a belief, we are planting a seed in the subconscious mind, which then begins to take root and shape our reality. One of the key principles of the law of attraction is that like attracts like. Our thoughts, words, and emotions emit vibrations that resonate with the vibrations of the universe. These vibrations attract similar energy, and that is why it's crucial to be mindful of what we are repeatedly thinking and saying. When we consistently focus on positive thoughts, affirmations, and desires, we are sending out vibrations that align with what we want to attract into our lives. Repetition strengthens this alignment, ensuring that we stay focused on our goals and dreams, and that our energy is directed toward them consistently. Repetition is often the missing link in many people's manifesting practices. It's easy to say an affirmation once or twice and expect instant results, but the true power of affirmations comes through consistent repetition over time. Repeating a positive affirmation just once or twice is like planting a seed and then walking away, not giving it the care and attention it needs to grow. However, when you repeat your affirmations daily, you are watering that seed, nurturing it, and giving it the attention it requires to blossom. It's the daily act of repeating your affirmations that creates the shift in your energy, your beliefs, and ultimately, your reality. The process of repetition works on a deep, subconscious level. The conscious mind is the part of us that is logical, analytical, and in control of our everyday decision-making. However, the subconscious mind is the part that truly governs our habits, actions, and automatic thoughts. It's where all of our past experiences, beliefs, and memories are stored, and it is responsible for the majority of our reactions and behaviors. This is why it's so important to focus on reprogramming the subconscious mind, as it is the part of us that has the greatest influence over our actions and the outcomes we experience. Through repetition, we can overwrite the negative, limiting beliefs that are stored in our subconscious and replace them with empowering, positive ones. For example, if you have a belief that you are not worthy of success or happiness, that belief will continuously influence your decisions and actions, even if you consciously want to change. However, by repeating positive affirmations such as "I am worthy of success" or "I am deserving of happiness" every day, you begin to shift that belief at the subconscious level. The more you repeat these affirmations, the more they become ingrained in your subconscious mind, replacing the old, limiting beliefs with new, empowering ones. The repetition of positive thoughts and affirmations also creates a shift in our emotions. Our emotions are a reflection of our thoughts, and when we repeatedly focus on positive, uplifting thoughts, our emotions begin to mirror that positivity. For example, if you repeatedly tell yourself that you are grateful for the abundance in your life, your emotions will begin to reflect a sense of gratitude. As you continue to focus on gratitude, you will start to notice more things to be grateful for, and the cycle of positivity continues to grow. The more positive emotions we experience, the more we align ourselves with the energy of abundance, joy, and fulfillment. Another important aspect of repetition is the idea of consistency. Consistency is key when it comes to achieving any goal or manifesting any desire. It's easy to get excited about something in the beginning, but maintaining that excitement and commitment over time is what leads to true transformation. Repetition helps us build that consistency. When we make the practice of repeating affirmations, visualizations, or positive thoughts a daily habit, we are training our minds to stay focused on our goals and desires, even when life's challenges arise. Consistency also plays a crucial role in building self-confidence. When we repeatedly affirm our worth, our abilities, and our desires, we start to believe in ourselves more. Each repetition serves as a reminder that we are capable of achieving our goals, and it strengthens our belief in our own power. The more we repeat positive statements about ourselves, the more we start to embody those qualities. This is why repetition is so effective in building self-esteem. It allows us to continuously remind ourselves of our value and potential. Repetition is also essential in overcoming doubt and resistance. When we first begin practicing the law of attraction or manifesting our desires, it's common to encounter resistance from our inner critic or from external circumstances. Doubt can creep in, and we may question whether our affirmations are actually working. However, through consistent repetition, we can quiet those doubts and strengthen our faith in the process. Each time we repeat an affirmation, we are reaffirming our belief in it, and over time, that belief becomes stronger than the doubt. As we continue to repeat our affirmations, we begin to build trust in the process, knowing that our thoughts and words have the power to shape our reality. The power of repetition also lies in its ability to create momentum. The more you repeat your affirmations, the more momentum you build toward your goals. At first, it may feel like you are speaking words into the void, but as you continue, you begin to feel a shift. You start to notice synchronicities, opportunities, and changes in your external circumstances that reflect the shifts happening within you. The more you repeat, the more momentum you create, and the closer you get to manifesting your desires. In addition to the internal shifts that occur through repetition, there are external shifts as well. Repeating positive affirmations and focusing on your desires helps you stay aligned with the energy of what you want to attract. As your energy changes, your outer world begins to reflect that change. You may start to see opportunities that were previously hidden from you, or people may start to show up in your life who are aligned with your goals. Repetition helps you stay focused on your vision, and as you consistently align with that vision, the universe responds by bringing you closer to your desires. It's also important to note that repetition doesn't just apply to affirmations and thoughts. It can also be applied to actions. Consistently taking inspired action toward your goals, no matter how small, helps to reinforce your commitment to your desires. Repetition of action creates progress. Every small step you take toward your goal is a form of repetition that builds momentum and brings you closer to your desired outcome. Through repetition, we can change our mindset, our emotions, and our circumstances. It's a simple yet powerful tool that can bring about profound transformation in our lives. Whether it's repeating affirmations, visualizing our desires, or taking consistent action, repetition helps us stay focused on what we want to create. The more we repeat our thoughts, words, and actions in alignment with our desires, the more we open ourselves to receiving those desires. Repetition is not just about saying things over and over. It's about creating a vibration, a belief, and an energy that aligns with the life we want to create. And the more we repeat, the more we build the foundation for our dreams to become reality. The words we speak, and even more so, the thoughts we think, shape the world around us. Our mind is a powerful instrument, capable of transforming our reality through intention and focus. Mindfulness in the words we speak is the key to creating a life that aligns with our desires and our higher self. Often, people go through life without realizing the profound influence their words have on the course of events. When we are intentional with our language, both in the things we say to others and in how we speak to ourselves, we tap into a wellspring of potential that can dramatically shift our experiences. Being mindful means being aware of what you say, how you say it, and the energy that accompanies those words. The practice of mindfulness is deeply tied to the art of intentional speech. Our words reflect our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, and they carry energy that can either uplift or diminish. When we speak with intention, we direct that energy with purpose, creating vibrations that align with our desires. The process of speaking with mindfulness requires that we become conscious of our habitual language patterns, especially those that might not be serving us or the people around us. It's about moving beyond the automatic way we often communicate and choosing words that reflect who we are becoming, not just who we have been. For instance, if we frequently say things like, "I can't do this," "I'm not good enough," or "things never go right for me," we are affirming limitations. These words reinforce a negative mindset and create a self-fulfilling prophecy. When we make these negative statements part of our vocabulary, we are essentially building our own barriers. By recognizing this, we begin to see how easily our words can manifest the very realities we don't want. On the other hand, when we consciously choose empowering words, whether to express gratitude, love, or belief in our abilities, we create a powerful affirmation of the reality we want to build. Mindfulness in speech goes beyond the simple act of avoiding negative words. It's about choosing words that align with our values, intentions, and the life we wish to create. The simplest way to practice mindful speech is to become aware of the words we use and the energy they carry. For example, when we speak of abundance, rather than saying, "I don't have enough," we can shift our language to, "I am grateful for the abundance that surrounds me." This subtle shift in wording can lead to a significant shift in perspective. The more we practice mindful speech, the more we begin to embody the qualities we are affirming. It is through the repeated use of positive, intentional words that we begin to change the way we perceive ourselves and the world around us. In addition to being mindful of the words we say to others, it is equally important to be mindful of the words we say to ourselves. Self-talk is a constant companion, and the things we say to ourselves shape our self-perception, our confidence, and our overall mental and emotional health. If we constantly tell ourselves that we are not good enough, not deserving, or not capable, we begin to believe these things. Our inner dialogue has the power to either support or sabotage our dreams. By consciously choosing to speak kindly to ourselves, to uplift our own spirits, and to affirm our worth, we are building a foundation for self-love and acceptance. One of the most effective ways to practice mindful self-talk is through affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that help us reprogram our subconscious mind and replace negative thoughts with empowering beliefs. When we repeat affirmations, we are choosing to speak life into ourselves. We affirm our worth, our potential, and our ability to overcome challenges. The more we repeat these affirmations, the more they become ingrained in our subconscious, gradually replacing the limiting beliefs that once held us back. For example, instead of saying, "I'm not good enough," you can say, "I am worthy of success and love." The more you say this, the more your mind will accept it as your truth. When we speak with intention, we align ourselves with the energy of what we want to create. The power of words lies in their ability to transform our state of being. When we speak words that resonate with our soul, we activate a sense of alignment and harmony within. This is why mindful speech is such a powerful tool for manifesting our desires. By aligning our words with our desires, we align ourselves with the vibration of what we want to attract into our lives. This creates a magnetic force that draws opportunities, people, and circumstances that match the energy we are putting out into the universe. Mindfulness in speech also plays a vital role in our relationships. The way we communicate with others has the power to either build connection and trust or create distance and misunderstanding. Words can heal or harm, build or break. In every conversation, we have the choice to either uplift or bring down the energy of the exchange. When we speak with kindness, compassion, and understanding, we create an environment of positivity and love. Our words can encourage, support, and inspire others, helping them to become the best versions of themselves. When we speak with empathy and mindfulness, we show others that we value and respect them, which strengthens the bonds of our relationships. However, mindfulness in speech is not just about choosing positive words. It is also about being fully present in the moment and listening with intention. Often, we speak without truly listening, and this leads to misunderstandings and miscommunication. By being present in our conversations, we can respond with greater awareness and clarity. Mindful listening allows us to truly understand what others are saying, which, in turn, allows us to respond in a way that is thoughtful and compassionate. Being present in our speech and in our listening is the key to creating meaningful and authentic connections with others. Furthermore, when we practice mindful speech, we begin to notice how words affect us on an emotional level. Words can trigger deep emotions, both positive and negative. For example, a compliment can uplift our spirits, while criticism can leave us feeling hurt and diminished. By becoming more aware of the emotional impact of our words, we can choose to speak in a way that brings more peace, joy, and love into our lives. Mindful speech helps us avoid unnecessary conflicts and misunderstandings, as it encourages us to choose our words thoughtfully and with consideration for others' feelings. Another aspect of mindful speech is the ability to pause before reacting. In moments of stress, anger, or frustration, it's easy to speak impulsively and say things we later regret. By practicing mindfulness, we create a space between our thoughts and our words. This pause allows us to respond more consciously, rather than reacting out of habit or emotion. It gives us the opportunity to choose our words carefully and to speak with clarity and compassion. In moments of conflict, mindful speech can help us to escalate situations and find peaceful resolutions. In many spiritual traditions, It is said that the tongue is a powerful tool that can either build or destroy. Our words are a reflection of our inner world, and when we speak with intention, we are actively shaping that world. Mindful speech requires that we take responsibility for the impact our words have on ourselves and others. It requires that we become conscious of the vibrations we are sending out into the world and ensure that they align with our highest self and our highest purpose. By speaking with intention and mindfulness, we become more in tune with our authentic selves and with the world around us. By practicing mindful speech, we begin to tap into a higher level of consciousness, where we are fully aware of the power of our words and the energy they carry. Our words become a tool for healing, growth, and transformation. They become a reflection of our deepest desires and our highest potential. When we speak with mindfulness, we open ourselves up to new possibilities and create a life that is aligned with our highest good. Affirmations are more than just positive statements, they are powerful tools for reprogramming the mind and reshaping one's reality. At the core of every affirmation is the belief that thoughts create reality. When you speak an affirmation, you are sending a message to your subconscious mind, instructing it to accept and manifest that statement as your truth. This process, though simple, has profound implications for our lives. Affirmations can be used to overcome negative self-beliefs, heal emotional wounds, attract abundance, and transform one's experience of the world. By speaking affirmations with intention and belief, we activate the creative power within us and align ourselves with the energy of our desires. The true power of affirmations lies in their ability to influence the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is where our beliefs, habits, and patterns are stored, and it governs much of our behavior. It operates on autopilot, automatically accepting whatever information it receives without question. This is why our deep-rooted beliefs, many of which are formed in childhood or early adulthood, often dictate how we experience life. For example, if someone grew up in an environment where money was always scarce, they may develop a subconscious belief that they are not worthy of financial abundance. This belief, though unconscious, will shape their thoughts, actions, and decisions around money, often leading to behaviors that keep them in a state of lack. Affirmations work by counteracting these negative beliefs and replacing them with positive, empowering thoughts. When we repeat an affirmation, we are consciously directing our thoughts toward a desired outcome. Over time, this repetition begins to rewire the subconscious mind, replacing limiting beliefs with those that support our growth and success. For instance, if someone has the belief that they are not deserving of love, they can use the affirmation, "I am worthy of love and affection," to gradually change that belief. The more they repeat the affirmation, the more the subconscious mind begins to accept it as truth, and their external reality begins to reflect that change. One of the most effective ways to use affirmations is by making them present tense and specific. Affirmations that are stated in the present tense create the belief that the desired outcome is already a reality. This is important because the subconscious mind works to bring about what it believes is true, and when we affirm something in the present tense, we are telling it that we already possess whatever it is we seek. For example, instead of saying, "I will be successful," the affirmation should be, "I am successful." This small shift in wording helps the subconscious mind fully integrate the idea of success as an ongoing reality, making it more likely to manifest. Specificity is also key in affirmations. The more specific the affirmation, the clearer the mind can picture and work toward the desired outcome. Instead of saying, "I am abundant," a more specific affirmation might be, "I am financially abundant, and money flows to me easily and effortlessly." This affirmation not only targets abundance, but also adds an element of ease and flow, which helps to create the mental picture of how abundance can come into one's life. Specificity helps to narrow the focus and directs the mind to align with a clear goal or intention. Another critical element of affirmation practice is the emotion behind the words. Emotions are powerful forces that amplify the effect of affirmations. When we speak affirmations with genuine feeling, we add an extra layer of energy to the words, making them more potent. The subconscious mind responds not just to the words themselves, but to the emotions and energy they carry. If you affirm something like, "I am worthy of love," but you say it with doubt or detachment, the affirmation is less likely to create a shift. However, when you speak those same words with feeling, with the belief that you truly deserve love, the affirmation has a much stronger impact on the subconscious. The repetition of affirmations is another essential factor in their effectiveness. Repeating an affirmation consistently trains the mind to accept it as truth. The more you repeat a particular affirmation, the deeper it becomes ingrained in your subconscious mind. Over time, this repetition starts to affect your behavior and decision-making. For example, if you repeatedly affirm, "I am confident and capable," your actions will begin to reflect that belief. You may find yourself taking on new challenges, speaking more assertively, or pursuing opportunities you might have previously avoided. The key is consistency. By repeating affirmations daily, you continually reinforce the new belief until it becomes an automatic part of your thought process. One powerful technique for using affirmations is to combine them with visualization. Visualization is the act of mentally picturing your desired outcome as though it has already occurred. When you combine affirmations with visualization, you create a mental image of your goal while simultaneously affirming it with your words. This creates a powerful combination of mental imagery and verbal affirmation that increases the chances of manifesting your desires. For example, if you want to attract a new job, you could affirm, "I am now working in a job that fulfills me and provides financial abundance." While saying this affirmation, you can visualize yourself in the job, imagining the details of your new office, the people you work with, and the feeling of satisfaction and success that comes with it. By combining both verbal affirmation and mental imagery, you are aligning your mind, body, and energy toward the manifestation of that desire. Affirmations are not limited to personal growth or material desires. They can be used for any area of life. They are powerful tools for healing, transformation, and self-empowerment. If someone is dealing with illness, they can use affirmations to support their healing journey. For example, the affirmation, "I am healthy and vibrant, and my body is healing with each passing day," can be repeated daily to support the body's natural healing process. Similarly, affirmations can be used to attract new opportunities, improve relationships, enhance self-love, and manifest financial success. It is also important to note that affirmations are not magic spells that produce instant results. The process of transformation takes time, and it requires patience and faith. When practicing affirmations, it is essential to trust the process and not get discouraged if results do not come immediately. Often, the benefits of affirmations are cumulative, meaning that small shifts will occur over time as the subconscious mind begins to align with the desired outcome. It is important to remain consistent and patient, allowing the affirmations to do their work. As we use affirmations, we must also be mindful of the language we use. Words have power, and it is important to avoid using negative or limiting language when speaking about our desires. For instance, instead of saying, "I don't want to be poor," it is more effective to say, "I am financially abundant." The subconscious mind does not process negations very well, so when you say, "I don't want," it is focusing on the idea of poor rather than abundance. Affirmations should be framed in a positive, empowering light to create the most effective change. Finally, affirmations are not just for the individual. They can also be used to improve relationships, bring about peace, and manifest harmony in the world around us. For example, an affirmation such as, "I am at peace with myself and with others," can help create a more harmonious environment. By focusing on the positive attributes of yourself and others, you can create a ripple effect that spreads to the people around you. When we use affirmations not only for our own benefit, but also for the collective good, we contribute to a more positive, peaceful world. Affirmations are a tool that anyone can use to improve their life, no matter what they are seeking to manifest. Whether it's financial abundance, improved relationships, health, or self-confidence, affirmations are a powerful tool for aligning the mind with the desires of the heart. With consistent practice, belief, and emotional alignment, affirmations can transform both your inner world and your outer circumstances, helping you step into the life you've always dreamed of. 7 is considered a sacred number in many cultures and spiritual practices. It holds a deep significance, symbolizing completeness, perfection, and divine harmony. When it comes to affirmations or any practice of personal transformation, the number 7 is not just a random figure. It carries a potent energy that, when tapped into, can bring about lasting changes in one's life. The power of 7 is woven through history, religion, and the very structure of the universe. It is seen as a number that resonates with the cycles of nature, the cosmos, and human experience. Whether in the form of 7 days of creation, 7 chakras, or the 7 wonders of the world, the number holds a special place in our lives and in our spiritual journeys. In many ancient spiritual systems, 7 is the number of spiritual enlightenment, inner wisdom, and divine connection. For example, in Christian tradition, the world was created in 7 days, and the 7th day was reserved for rest and reflection, symbolizing completion and divine harmony. Similarly, in the Hindu tradition, there are 7 sacred rivers, and the 7 chakras represent the points of spiritual energy within the human body. Each chakra is connected to a specific aspect of life and well-being, and the balancing of these energy centers is said to lead to spiritual awakening and enlightenment. The number 7, therefore, is not just a numerical value but a symbol of wholeness, completeness, and divine order. The concept of 7 has deep roots in the cycles of nature as well. In the natural world, we see the number 7 appear in various forms. There are 7 days in a week, 7 notes in a musical scale, and even 7 years in a typical growth cycle for plants and trees. This cyclical pattern of 7 helps to create a sense of rhythm and balance in the universe. Just as the seasons cycle through their stages of growth, decay, and renewal, so too does the number 7 represent a cycle of transformation and progress. When we commit to a practice, such as affirmations, for 7 consecutive days, we are aligning ourselves with these natural cycles, tapping into the rhythm and flow of the universe to bring about our own transformation. Using the number 7 as a framework for personal growth is a powerful way to set the stage for change. 7 days is just enough time to create a shift in mindset, without feeling overwhelming. It provides a sense of structure and purpose, giving us a clear start and end point for our practice. The act of repeating affirmations or focusing on a particular goal for 7 days can help anchor our intentions in the subconscious mind, creating a strong foundation for change. It's long enough to begin rewiring old patterns, but not so long that it becomes tedious or discouraging. This makes it the perfect time frame for a transformative experience. The power of 7 days also lies in its ability to create momentum. When we commit to something for 7 days, we are engaging in a practice of consistency. Repetition is key when it comes to changing our thoughts and beliefs. The more we repeat something, the more ingrained it becomes in our subconscious mind. Over the course of 7 days, the affirmations or intentions we focus on begin to take root, gradually shifting our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. 7 days is enough to start seeing subtle changes, and these changes can build upon each other, creating a snowball effect of positive transformation. When we consciously engage in a practice for 7 consecutive days, we begin to reinforce the belief that we are capable of creating change in our lives. This act of consistency helps build confidence and self-efficacy, the belief that we can achieve our goals. As we affirm our desires each day, we begin to see ourselves as deserving of those desires. This shift in self-perception is crucial to the process of manifestation. It is not enough to simply say affirmations or visualize goals. We must also believe that we are worthy of achieving them. The practice of repeating affirmations for 7 days allows us to reinforce this belief, shifting our internal dialogue and aligning our energy with our desires. The number 7 also holds significance in the context of spiritual and personal development. It represents a period of deep reflection, integration, and alignment. When we commit to repeating affirmations for 7 days, we are not just repeating words. We are aligning our thoughts, emotions, and actions with our higher purpose. The number 7 serves as a reminder that transformation is not a one-time event but an ongoing process. By committing to a practice for 7 days, we are acknowledging that change takes time, patience, and consistency. We are allowing ourselves the space to integrate new beliefs and patterns, gradually shifting our energy and mindset. Moreover, 7 days is a powerful time frame for releasing limiting beliefs and old patterns. Our subconscious mind tends to hold on to beliefs and memories that are deeply ingrained, and these beliefs often shape our actions and experiences. Repeating affirmations for 7 days helps to break through these subconscious barriers and release any negative thought patterns that may be holding us back. It is during this period of repetition that we begin to shed the old and make space for the new. 7 days acts as a catalyst for releasing what no longer serves us and welcoming in new, empowering beliefs that support our growth. The power of 7 is also amplified when we bring mindfulness to the process. During the 7 days, it is important to be fully present and intentional with the practice. Simply repeating affirmations mechanically without thought or emotion will not produce the same results as when we engage with the practice mindfully. It is essential to infuse each repetition with the belief that what we are affirming is already true. We must speak the words with conviction, with the understanding that we are actively shaping our reality. By practicing mindfulness, we strengthen the connection between our words, our thoughts, and our actions, creating a powerful force of manifestation. During the 7-day practice, it is also important to maintain a sense of gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful force that attracts more of what we are thankful for. When we repeat affirmations, we must also acknowledge the progress we have made and the things we already have. This shift in focus from lack to abundance helps to align our energy with positivity and attract even more of what we desire. Gratitude amplifies the effect of affirmations by fostering a mindset of abundance, allowing us to recognize the opportunities and blessings that are already present in our lives. As we approach the end of the 7 days, we may begin to notice subtle shifts in our thoughts, emotions, and experiences. These shifts may not be immediately obvious, but they will manifest in small, meaningful ways. Perhaps we will feel more confident, more aligned with our desires, or more open to receiving opportunities. These shifts, though small, are the building blocks of greater transformation. The 7-day practice serves as a reminder that change does not always happen overnight, but through consistent effort and mindfulness, we can begin to see the fruits of our labor. Finally, the power of 7 is not limited to just 1 week of practice. The practice of affirmations can be continued beyond the 7 days, with each cycle building upon the previous one. 7 days creates a foundation, a starting point for a new way of thinking and being. As we continue to practice affirmations, we deepen our connection to our desires and strengthen our belief in our ability to manifest them. 7 days may mark the beginning of a transformative journey, one that unfolds over time as we continue to align our energy with the life we wish to create. By dedicating ourselves to a 7-day practice of affirmations, we open the door to profound transformation. We align ourselves with the natural cycles of growth and change, tapping into the energy of the number 7 to create a sense of completeness and divine harmony in our lives. 7 days of consistent practice can lead to powerful shifts in our mindset, our beliefs, and our reality. This practice is a commitment to ourselves, a reminder that we are worthy of the life we desire, and that we have the power to create it. When we embark on any kind of transformative practice, be it affirmations, meditation, or personal growth, it's important to remember that results don't always come instantly. Change, especially on a deep level, requires time, consistency, and an open heart. The process of transformation often starts subtly, and these changes can seem small at first. But as we continue with our practices, we begin to notice that the world around us, our internal state, and even the way we interact with others starts to shift. Miracles, while often thought of as dramatic, can actually manifest in the most subtle ways, gradually leading us to a completely different experience of life. The changes brought about by consistent practice of affirmations or similar exercises often begin with the smallest of shifts. You may start to feel a sense of calm where there was once chaos, or you may notice that you're able to handle stress in a more composed manner. These small changes may not be immediately noticeable to others, but internally, they mark the beginning of a profound transformation. This is often where the miracle starts, subtle, quiet, but undeniably real. These are the first signs that your mind is starting to align with your true desires and that you are shifting toward a higher vibration. Often, we expect results to be dramatic, immediate breakthroughs, sudden wealth, or a life-altering event. However, miracles manifest in a more organic, gradual way. This is the nature of true change. It happens over time. For example, after repeating an affirmation such as, "I am confident and capable," for several days or weeks, you may begin to notice that you are more willing to take on challenges that once made you anxious. Perhaps a conversation you would have typically avoided now seems easier. These subtle changes are often the first signs of a much larger shift that is taking place underneath the surface. At first, these signs may seem insignificant, but over time, they accumulate into a dramatic transformation. In addition to internal shifts, small external changes can also signify the beginning of miracles. You might find that opportunities start to appear in your life, seemingly out of nowhere. You may receive an unexpected phone call or email that opens a new door for you. These seemingly coincidental events are not coincidences at all, but manifestations of the work you have been doing internally. As you change the energy you put out into the world through affirmations, mindfulness, or other practices, the universe begins to mirror that energy, bringing people, situations, and opportunities that are aligned with your new state of being. One of the most beautiful aspects of transformation is that it is not always linear. Some days may feel like you're not making any progress at all, while other days may feel like a quantum leap forward. This ebb and flow is completely natural. The process of personal growth is not always a smooth, upward trajectory. There may be days when you feel like you're slipping backward or that your efforts are going unnoticed. However, even on those days, the seeds you've planted are still growing beneath the surface. Just as a tree doesn't grow in a straight line, but sometimes bends or twists in response to its environment, your growth may look different on each day. The key is to remain consistent, patient, and open to the process, knowing that even when it feels slow, progress is still happening. Another essential element of change is the way that the universe supports your efforts. As you continue with your practice, the universe will begin to align itself with your desires. This can manifest in the form of synchronicities or events that seem to align in your favor. You might run into someone who can offer exactly what you need at the right moment, or you might find yourself in a situation that pushes you forward in your journey. These synchronicities are the universe's way of confirming that you are on the right path, that your intentions are being heard, and that your desires are beginning to materialize. It is also essential to recognize that not all miracles are external. Many of the most significant transformations occur within. A miracle doesn't always look like a financial windfall or an immediate change in your circumstances. Sometimes, the most profound miracles are shifts in perspective, emotional healing, or the release of deep-seated fears or traumas. These internal shifts often pave the way for the more visible external changes to follow. For example, you might find that after consistently affirming, "I am worthy of love," you begin to let go of old emotional wounds that have held you back from accepting love in the past. This emotional healing is a miracle in itself, as it allows you to open yourself up to deeper connections with others. These internal transformations are just as important, if not more so, than external changes because they form the foundation for all other manifestations to occur. As you continue with your affirmations or other practices, it's also important to stay open to the way that miracles unfold. Sometimes, the universe may present solutions or opportunities in ways you least expect. Perhaps the manifestation you've been working toward doesn't come in the exact form you envisioned, but it might show up in a completely unexpected way that turns out to be even better than what you had imagined. Being open to the mystery of life and surrendering the need for control can make room for miracles to enter in ways that are even more powerful and transformative than we could have planned ourselves. One of the most profound aspects of seeing these miracles manifest is that they serve as reminders of our own inner power. When we start to notice the changes, the synchronicities, and the subtle shifts in energy, we begin to realize that we are the creators of our own reality. This realization is, in itself, a miracle. It empowers us to recognize that we are not at the mercy of life's circumstances, but are active participants in shaping the life we desire. This shift in perception brings about a greater sense of empowerment, freedom, and peace. It's also important to keep in mind that miracles often happen when we least expect them, and sometimes they appear in the form of challenges. Challenges can be seen as a part of the miraculous process of growth. Just as a seed must break through the soil before it can blossom into a beautiful flower, sometimes we must face obstacles or difficulties in order to achieve our full potential. These challenges push us to dig deeper, to confront our fears, and to evolve in ways that we couldn't have predicted. In this sense, challenges can be seen as the universe's way of guiding us toward our greatest potential, leading us toward the ultimate miracle of personal transformation. When we see life through the lens of miracles, we begin to notice the small, everyday moments that are filled with wonder and possibility. We begin to see that miracles are not just big, dramatic events but are present in the mundane aspects of life, whether it's the smile of a stranger, the beauty of nature, or a moment of inner peace during a stressful day. These small moments are the foundation for larger miracles to manifest. They remind us that we are constantly supported by the universe, even in the most ordinary moments. When we become more attuned to the miracles that happen daily, we open ourselves up to even greater transformations and experiences. As we continue practicing affirmations and other transformative practices, it becomes clear that miracles are not just things that happen to us. They are a direct result of our intention, our alignment, and our ability to stay open to the flow of life. Miracles are the natural byproduct of living in alignment with our highest self and our deepest desires. They are always available to us, waiting to unfold in the most beautiful and unexpected ways. All we need to do is remain consistent, trust the process, and stay open to the miracles that are ready to emerge.